Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I'm finally getting around to these. I know I'm late for like Valentine's Day time kind of stuff. I did a few things in a little while ago, but I wanted to get to these inlays. These are 4 large hearts is what I call them. They are linked below if you want them, but be quick because Valentine's Day is coming. Anyway, I'm going to do 2 of them. You're going to get 4. I'm going to do 2. So make sure your molds are clean and these are clean, because what you're going to do is you're going to stick it to the bottom. If you want to do it to the top, you can also do the top. They will lay on the top. I'm going to do them on the bottom. And you just kind of want to get them stuck as best you can. And if resin goes up underneath, it's not a big deal because it'll peel right off. So today, instead of painting the hearts with a mica powder, I'm going to pour clear. And then I'm going to go in, these are the other 2 that come with the set. I'm going to go in, pull them out, and I'm going to fill the rest with some glitters. And I might keep the outside clear if I can keep bubbles out. So I'm going to mix up like, hopefully 6 ounces will cover them. If not, I'll have to add a little more. You just want to cover just over. This is a deeper mold. I got this in the bakery section at Hobby Lobby. So this is like a muffin top mold for the deeper mold. I just want to come right up over the edge of each inlay. And then we're going to let them cure completely before we pull the inlay out and fill them in. If I do a back coat of any kind, I don't know. I might change my mind. But right now I'm thinking clear with pink or red hearts. So let me get some resin mixed up. I'm going to put it through my favorite vacuum machine. I'll show you the time lapse because I know a lot of you like to see that. And then we're just going to pour. It's really simple right now. I did an instructional video on this vacuum chamber that's coming up. So if you look for my next bloom video, you will see exactly how that works. So it's going to be in a couple more days, but I did do one because a lot of you asked to see how it worked. Now, this is the first time I've ever mixed resin in this plastic cup. And I did it because you need height when you put it in something like that, because it bubbles to about double of what you poured. There were a bunch of bubbles that were stuck on the bottom of this one for some reason, so it took a little longer. And this is my casting resin. This is the one that comes with the pump. That's my favorite one. And that's why I use this. So now I know that this plastic container, the bubbles will stick to the bottom. So I was just waiting for those last few bubbles, but they came up and they're gone. So now I'm just going to pour it in and wait. I guess I'm just going to pour it right on top. Hopefully I don't need to mix up any more. If the inlays float, then you just push them down. And usually the first time you push them down, they'll stay down. So I'm just gonna kind of monitor them. Most of the time they stay, but every once in a while they'll pop up if there's like a loose spot on the side that didn't get pushed down. I'm trying not to incorporate any bubbles as I pour these in. And that should be plenty. I don't want them too thick. I do have a little extra. I'm just going to grab a tool. Oh yeah, that's plenty in there and plenty in there. I'm just gonna go around. Let me see if I could find a long one. The silicone tool that doesn't have anything on it. Of course this one does, but I think it's all dried on there. Trying not to get glitter in. I know you can't believe I just said that. I'm trying not to get glitter in yet, I should say. And this one has glitter. I just want to kind of take it along the side. That's not going to work. I see a bubble right here on the edge. They like to stick to those 90-degree angles, and I don't want any, because if we use that side and we top coat it, that bubble is going to make it drain off the side. So I'm just going to let those rise. And there's some in here. Try to remember to check your coaster molds for these bubbles, if you could see in there, because you don't really want them in there. There's a couple in there. I'm just going to let them rise and pop them with some alcohol, unless they pop on their own. Okay, so nothing is floating. I see a little bit of, I see glitter down there. So you can kind of just push with a dotting tool or whatever tool you have. Make sure they're down. Check on them again in a few minutes. Some bubbles might escape from behind. There's two little bubbles right there. All right, so now we're just going to let them cure, and we will make them beautiful as soon as they're done. These are cured and ready to unmold, so we're just going to pop them out of the coaster and get the silicone out of them. And yeah, a little bit went on there, but it peels right off, so don't get freaked out if there's, there we go, look at that. So we are going to fill all these little holes in. Let it, well, maybe I'll use UV resin to go quicker. Whoops, other side. Tiny bit, not much went under this one. So maybe I'll do the first layer in UV resin and then the second layer in regular resin, because it'll be a little deeper. Same with this one. We'll do a couple different colors, but they are really clear. Look at that, no bubbles. We may have to top coat or trim really nicely. I don't see any bubbles on the edge. That one looks good. Of course, I'm getting glitter on it. And that one looks really good. So let me mix up a little bit of UV resin. Let me get some colors and then we'll start that. I picked out pink and red, and I'm just going to use them differently, obviously, because they're different coasters. So this is my red wine and this is my golden rose fine. They're both fine cut glitters. And I'm just going to mix it in with some UV resin. This is not the high viscosity. I kind of want it to flow. And I'm just going to fill in, I guess if I had them on the right side, oh, this one's the right side. I'm going to fill in all the little parts, mix in, and then cure it under the light. And then I will back coat the rest. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do both colors. Just going to do the inlays with one color UV, and then I'm going to mix up regular epoxy and let it cure. So just take a little bit of resin. I think that's on the outside. I have glitter everywhere. I just never know where it's at. And some glitter. If I find a spoon. And I'm just going to do, because it's so deep, I don't want to, where's my stick? I don't want to cure UV resin that deep. So I will do one set, a thin layer, and then just cover it with regular resin for the night and just let it cure overnight. So I'm thinking I'm obviously just going to do these little polka dots. Just going to take like 2 drips per dot. And then we'll get it cured. I will fast forward this because this is going to be a little tedious, but not too bad. I forgot to show you the extras that are sitting here. I colored them with some glitters and made a few pendants, a couple starfish, a mermaid. So those were the extras so far from the clear on that one. I'm just going to let this cure for a few minutes. If I have to put it in the thing and do both sides at once, I can do that too. I'm just going to see what happens this way. These are cured, and as I'm sitting here mixing my resin for the red, I'm realizing I stick the red behind it, and it's really similar when it's right next to it that I don't think it's a good enough contrast with the pink. So I went to my glitter cabinet, and I think I'm going to go with my unicorn. That's what this one is. This is a medium cut opal color. You all know I love my opal color. But I think not just that it's at least different than the red from the pink. And here's this one so far. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to have to like look closely to see if it's a different color. I want to know it's a different color. So I mixed up 2 ounces of my casting resin. I think I should have put it, you know what? I'm going to stick it in my vacuum chamber. I wonder what would happen with glitter in it. There's a lot of bubbles in here. I'm going to put some more glitter in. I'm going to throw it through and see what happens. Do you want to watch? I'm assuming you're going to say yes. I don't know what would happen. I mean, I've done it with colors in there before, but never glitter. Well, guess what? We're going to learn. We're going to see what happens today. Well, we now know it would have boiled over 4 times if I hadn't been manually letting the air out, but eventually it did take the bubbles out, so it took probably 7 minutes. Oh goodness, I think I mixed up a lot too much. So we are going to have extras. I only mixed up 2 ounces. I'm going to try to dome it the back though because it will shrink. Oops. Try to keep my resin clean. I don't have any bubbles in this resin. I don't want to ruin it with a drip. And I might back coat them anyway. Most likely I will be. I don't know if I'm going to do a color or clear or what yet. We will wait until it's cured to make that decision. So yeah, if you put it through with glitter in, better pay attention. So that would have made a big mess in there to clean up. All right, I'm just going to let this cure. They are cured, but before we turn them over, I had another package come from, you guys all know her name by now. Her name is Karen Yanni. She's always sending me goodies. Karen, you are too much. This is so funny that you're always sending us goodies. So she sent us a couple molds. These are the cutest little turtle molds ever. They are, look at in my hand. You can see how small they're gonna be. So I've got 8 of these ones, so I'm gonna give Don one. I'm not sure how much we could do with this, but we shall try. And then she sent 2 sets of this. She heard Don say he likes to hunt, so we are going to be doing an upcoming competition because she sent, this was a set. I'm still waiting to find out what these are because I'm not sure what they are. They look like feathers and they hang off of here. So I'm waiting to see what I can't find it anywhere, but I know by the time you guys see this, I'll know what they are. So then we are going to do this one coming up. So thank you, Karen, always thinking of us. Here's a couple of the extras that I have done. This was with the leftover unicorn glitter. I just stuck a little bow on and a pinch bail. And then I had colored some of the resin earlier, so, oh, look at that. It's red, white, and blue. I didn't even do that on purpose. Those cute little spoons everyone likes. All right, now to the coasters. They came out really pretty, and I was like, do I want to back coat them? Do I want to keep them clear? Here's this one. So I started putting backgrounds on the back of them to see, and wow, I now know what happened to my clock that I made because of the color turned. It's amazing with a background how much this opalescent glitter will turn. So the white looks really pretty because you could see the opal and the pink. But then if you take red, it really changes the opal color. And it kind of changes the pink color. And black kind of did the same thing. Let me see if I can find something black really quick. So black really changes the opal color, which turned it almost greenish. So I have to decide if I'm going to back coat them or if I should leave them clear. It does have a lip here, so I would top, if these end up getting sold as a demo, I will top coat them, just so it's not sharp. I mean, I could always trim it, but I don't want to see a trim mark either. But I think they don't really have to be back coated. There's really not a lip there. It's pretty even. They sit nice. So I'm not sure what I want to do, but I think the white makes it just look really pretty. I wonder if I could do a white glitter. I'll be right back. I mixed up 1 ounce of my fast cure resin, now in these larger bottles I'm so happy about. And glitter, I was gonna do glitter, but holding up glitters behind it, it was just kind of a distraction from the glitter I've already used. So I decided to go with white. But then when I went to get my white pigment paste, I realized I had bought this a while ago. It's a pigment paste, but it's pearl, and I've never gotten to use it yet. So I think we're gonna try this pearl pigment paste instead, because it's kind of white, but it's like pearly, which kind of goes with the theme. So I'm just gonna mix this up. I bought this, I don't know, maybe a month ago or maybe a little longer, but I want to try it. I think I'm going to do it on here. Hopefully it comes out pearl. It looks shimmery in here. We'll find out if it is, I guess. But I definitely want it opaque because I want to be able to see that, the unicorn glitter. Oh, it's pearly. It's nice and shimmery. but I think I need more because it's still a little transparent. So it doesn't mix as opaque as white pigment does. So we're just gonna scoop a little bit out of here. And hopefully it'll get opaque. I know this is late in the game. I don't even know what day you're going to be seeing this. This could be after Valentine's Day. I'm not sure. If not, it's going to be really close to it. So I'm sorry for the late video, but I did want to show you the heart inlays today. That looks really pretty. Really, really, really pearly. And even if it's not completely opaque, I think that's good. But I think that it is. Let me put that aside. I did lift them up off of my surface, so if it did drip over, it wouldn't stick to the bottom. Now, I did not have any bubbles along this edge, so nothing should leak over, as long as I'm careful with the top coating. I'm just gonna try to find my favorite tool here. Here it is. I like these little silicone tips. All right. So you're just going to, I use 4-hour because it's thicker and it most likely won't run over the edge when I spread it. So I just drag it to the edge and kind of, it just stays. I don't know. I mean, I've done it so many times, I don't even know how to explain it. It just kind of, the surface tension on the edge doesn't let it go over. Now, if you overfill it, then yes, it's going to go over. So just do a little bit at a time. Spread it the best you can, and if you need to add more, add more. But even if you, like, I flick it over the edge and it doesn't go over. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. And I may end up with mica powder swirly type design. It's looking like. So we'll see what happens. I might have, should have, might have, could have, would have, should have stuck with my original white plan, but I'm going with it now. I'm not wiping it off. And if you put too little on, it's going to like come away from the edges. So if it starts coming away from the edge, just add a little bit more. And if we are going to see the swirls, then I want to make swirls, because I don't know how this is going to react. I don't know, it looks kind of cool. All right, let's do this one. Make sure your surface is level or it's going to like run off the side. And 1 ounce is too much. I knew it was going to be too much, but I did it anyway. 1 ounce can usually cover 3 to 4 coasters depending on your size of your coasters. So I will definitely be making extras. I'm always making extras. They are cured. A little disappointed in my choice, but you'll see them in a second. So my extras are right here. I made 2 little pendants and I put a little charm on them. So those are extra. And then I made one of these tiny little turtles. So we'll see how he came out. I should have colored him a different color, but look at how cute he is. He's so teeny tiny. Isn't he cute? I love that mold. Thank you, Karen. It's so cute. That's going to be great for little extras. So, yeah, the white washed it out, but it didn't do that when I held the white paper on it. So, yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I mean, I like this little cloud effect, but I'm not crazy about it. And here's this one. So yeah, I mean, it's totally different than the white paper behind it. I can't believe it's that different. Anyway, that's how you use the heart inlays, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't waste your time for a terrible ending. I guess it's not terrible, but it could have been better. I should have kept them clear. I really should have kept them clear. I don't know why I have a hard time not keeping things clear. I don't know. Sometimes less is more. Anywho, that's it for today, you guys. I hope you learned something. Don't put white behind opal. All right, you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. You have a blessed day. Bye.